Virtual machine is a software program or operating system that not only exhibits the behavior of a separate computer, but is also capable of performing tasks such as running applications and programs like a separate computer. I want to build a virtual machine. Boom. ISO. CentOS. Why not? Continue. Continue. Customize settings. Display. That's good. Memory. That's good. Processors. That's good. Hard disk. You save it. And then boom, you can build your new virtual machine. The kernel is a computer program that the core of the computer's operating system with complete control over everything in the system on most systems is one of the first programs loaded up on startup. It handles the rest of startup as well as the input-output requests from software, translating them into data, processing instructions for the CPU. It handles memory and peripherals like keyboard, monitors, printers, and speakers. Computer architecture is a set of rules and methods that describe the functionality, organization, implementation of a computer system. Some definitions of architecture define it as describing the capabilities and programming model of a computer, but not a particular implementation. A process or running process refers to a set of instructions currently being processed by the computer. Processor, for example, in Windows, you can see each of the processes by running by opening the process tab in Task Manager. A logic board, a computer's main circuit board. It contains the central processing unit, main system memory, and circuitry that controls the disk drive, keyboard, monitor, and peripherals. The CPU is the central processing unit. It's the brains of the computer where the calculations take place. Computer memory is a physical device capable of storing information temporarily, like random access memory or RAM, or permanently, like read-only memory ROM. Memory devices utilizing integrated circuits are used by operating system software and hardware. A hard disk drive, HD or HDD, is a non-volatile memory hardware device that permanently stores and retrieves data on a computer. You saw me do the settings for CentOS. Malware is short for malicious software, a computer program designed to infiltrate and damage computers without the user's consent. Malware is the general term covering all the different types of threats to your computer's safety, such as antivirus, spyware, worms, trojans, rootkit, and so on. How you prevent it: update your operating system, browsers, and plugins, enable click-to-play plugins, remove software you don't use, read emails with an eagle eye, do not call fake tech support numbers, use strong passwords or password managers, make sure you're on a secure connection, and log out of websites when you're done. How you configure users and groups in Server 2016. Just go over to Tools and System Configuration. Oh wait, no, that wasn't it. Was it Tools? I'm sorry, it was Tools, Computer Management, then you can make a user group. A standard user will only have access to stuff. A standard user in Linux will only have access to the basic stuff you give them permission to access, whereas an admin account will have the ability to access and create within the operating system. A monolithic kernel is the kernel Linux uses. It's an OS architecture where the entire operating system is working in kernel space. Monolithic kernels are able to dynamically load and unload executable modules at runtime. Let's open CentOS. Alrighty. And then navigate file structure. You can see all the different system settings. That little guy there. You can change whatever you need to. Here's some basic commands. You can go into the terminal. Fuck myself up to super user. And then you can pwd cd. But there's no directory. You need more information to use these commands. But yeah, a lot of these require specific. You got to point them in a specific direction. The SU command elevates you to super user and the command line interface, so you don't have to keep putting in a password every time You want to make a change. Security Enhanced Linux, SE Linux, is a Linux kernel that that provides a mechanism for supporting access control security policies, including a mandatory access control. To add a user, you would be in the root, just type add user and then the username and hit enter. Make a password, type group add, and then type the group name and hit enter, and then that will make you a new group. This is -L for whatever reason is not working. Create a new VM. File new. Get you an ISO. Linux Mint. The Bane. Based. Customize. We won't. 1 gigabyte of memory, 1 core. And then we will switch it to SATA, not split. Save that. 1 core is fine. And then there you go. That's how you'd make a Linux Mint machine. A package is a Linux distribution compressed full of the files that come with a particular application. The files are usually stored in the package according to the relative installation path on your system. Most packages also contain installation instructions for the OS, as well as a list of any other packages that are dependencies or a prerequisite for installation. A repository is a storage location from which your system retrieves and installs an OS update and application. Each repository is a collection of software hosted on a remote server and intended to be used for installing and updating software packages or Linux systems. And then here is that gives you different CentOS repositories.